Two-part question.
One, I understand regarding the new series you might not be able to talk about. Could you explain the Suka forms?
I really don't. I was told not to talk about any of the actual story itself because I don't know what, because I don't keep track of what's downloaded. Obviously, I don't download anything. I don't know what is not in the broadcast version, what is, and they're like, try to stay away from content stuff. So, you obviously are asking the question, so you know a little bit about that.
I've only seen pictures, that's fine.
Okay, if you want to come tag me after this is over, I can talk to you kind of not over the microphone about it, but yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Oh, two-part, yeah.
And just out of curiosity, who is your favorite Negima character?
Who's my favorite? Oh, that's tough.
Oh, good.
It's a toss-up, and it's a toss-up for two reasons. I love Evangeline. I think, and in this show, in this season, she's not the bad guy. Without giving away too much, she's the bad guy, but she's not the person you want to hate at all. I like her because she's snotty and prissy, but there's some part of you that's rooting for Evangeline a little bit. You feel kind of sorry for her. She's trapped in this little girl's body. And I just think Laura Bailey's snotty, prissy, baby form of Evangeline is just hysterical. But I have to say, Camo is my favorite thing in the show. Without Camo, there would be no laughs for me in Negima. Like, hey, Toots, what about a hairy chest? You know, like, I think Chris Kaysen is hysterical in that role. Just like I couldn't imagine anybody else playing Babbitt in Kodacha. Yeah. It was kind of a natural fit when they were like, oh, well, he's gonna play Camo too. And I'm like, because Babbitt's up here and Camo's down here. But Chris Kaysen is such a spontaneously funny guy that it really made Camo just burst into the big screen, so to speak. That first season when he talks about why he stole all of the girls' panties, to keep his little sister Irma from freezing to death, I was crying the first time I heard him do that. It's so funny. And his outtakes from that specific section, and a cargo ship, what is a cargo ship? You know, like, all that stuff. Kaysen's just hysterical, and plus, don't we all wish we had a pet like Camo? Little cigarette-smoking, foul-mouthed, little ferrety-looking hermit of a pet. So, wow, I've got mustard on my knee. Here at the Convention Center. I'm a boy, I wipe things on my pants. But, anyway. Yes.
What was the craziest thing that
They made him pay for the tickets.
The craziest thing, I think that voice was the craziest thing I had to do.
Very excited. They made him pay for tickets.
The hard thing about that show was, because we went back and forth on the Latin so much, I had to re-record the first episodes probably a total of 3 or 4 times before we, and not from start to finish, but like, it seemed like every time I went into the studio, whether I was working on Speedgrapher or something else, I always had pickups for Negi. And it was always screaming, and it was always in Latin. And they always wanted to get them at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, really? Like, really? You're gonna do it? And at one point we were working on Beck and Negi, and my voice in those 2 shows are as different as night and day. Like, this is kind of what I sound like in Beck. And then, screaming in Latin in that voice at 10 in the morning. I'm like, I didn't think we were doing that this morning. So, but the craziest thing was that voice. I never, ever thought his voice would be that high. The really funny thing about it is, when we started working on the show, Colleen wanted the voice much higher than what I was delivering. So they got me to do it about here. Like, hello everyone. My name is Negi Springfield, like about that, and then they pitched it up what they call a semitone, which brought it up to the sound that you and I know as Negima's voice, or Negi's voice. Well, when I went to work on the 3rd or 4th episode, the only reference lines I had were pitched up. So what I was listening to, prepping, was, hello everyone, my name is... And so that's what I went in doing by the end of the second, set of episodes. Well, before long, I was matching the pitched version, and then they had this dilemma, like, do we not pitch him up? Do we make him go back and pull it down? So the funny thing is, I forced my voice higher than I thought I ever could. And it's neat because it's one of those things that you hear people say they can stretch their vocal range. You truly can. When I first did this show, I hated doing Negi's voice. I hated how it felt, it hurt. Now, there is a whole reel of horrible jokes that you'll never hear, that everyone just loves hearing me tell jokes in Negi's voice, and the more inappropriate, the funnier they think. But I mean, it's that easy for me to just jump into that voice, you know, and like, you know, anything, like, oh, who's that? You know, like, I just jump into his voice for no reason at all now. And so that's the weirdest thing is, I never thought I could maintain that sound, and even when we started working on the second season, I'm like, oh, I love this show, but my throat hates it. And when I started recording it, it was just boom, 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 and it's really weird. I never thought that would happen. I never thought I would say, oh, that voice doesn't hurt anymore. But that being said, I can't do it. It's the one voice I can't do like on a Sunday at a convention, especially at a show that I've been DJing at, where I'm like, ah! The night before, they're like, I'm like, hey, this is Greg Ayres. And they're like, could you do Negi's voice? Oh, no. So, yes.